Hello everyone, it's the Tutor here. I'm here to talk about the new, recently revealed Deadpool trading card. As you can imagine, this crazy wild card has been taking the internet over has been taking over the internet, and a lot of people are going crazy about this. All the pre-orders for this card have been sold out, and it's just a very fun doopy card, and I look forward to playing it. So I'm going to kind of talk about it a little bit and just kind of explain why it's just so funky and how why a lot of people are very excited about this card. All right, so first off, I believe there are 5 different cards already coming with this Secret Lair, and the other cards are Saw in Half and Vandalbest, which has just crazy artwork. I mean, with the Black Lotus kind of in the background being absolutely destroyed. Very famous, blasphemous act. And I love how you can see his face and, just not caring about anything in the world. And I believe this one right here, which is Deadly Relic. So, I mean, I believe these are just kind of reskins of old cards. But, I mean, gotta love the artwork. It's crazy, it's awesome. Can't go wrong with it. So, let's actually take a look here. Right here. And just a kind of a close-up of kind of what they look like in the foil. Alright, so let's go talk about Deadpool. Alright, so this is a legendary creature, of course, which means you can use him as a commander. It's a mutant mercenary hero. It's a 5/3. As Deadpool enters, you may exchange his text box and another creature's. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 3 life. And you can sacrifice this creature. Each other player draws a card. So effectively, on the surface level, you see a opponent's creature, you copy its effect, and as soon as their next turn starts, they take 3 life, and in order to get rid of them, you have to pay 3 and sacrifice it. But if you do that, each player draws a card. So as you can imagine, like I said, the surface level doesn't seem all that complicated, but in reality, it kind of is complicated. So I am on the Deadpool or r/MTG Reddit, but it goes about talking about a bunch of different scenarios, because some of these things are kind of crazy, such as what happens if it's Flash and specific niche card situations. So I thought it'd be fun just to kind of go through all these and just kind of talk about them. So kind of what I just talked about, what Deadpool does. So if you use Deadpool, this only happens if Deadpool is actually entering the battlefield. If the spell is countered, no swap can take place. Basically, it just can't be counterspelled. This is a replacement effect, not a triggered ability. It does not use the stack, does not target, and cannot be responded to. Since it doesn't target, Hexproof, Shroud, Ward, and Protection are all irrelevant. The effects of this swap are not copied. That is, if you clone Deadpool, you will not get the swap text. You will get a regular Deadpool, so it's the 5/3. Though that copy can still swap text boxes with something as it enters. The legend rule will still apply, so watch out for those copy effects. Basically meaning, if they copy it, it goes away. It doesn't exist. So once that swap happens, it doesn't matter what happens to either permanent Deadpool. Leaving won't reset the other creatures or vice versa. However, when Deadpool or the other creatures leave the battlefield, that one change zones will return to normal since it's a new object. If the creature you are swapping text is temporarily a creature, like an animated land or a crewed vehicle, the swap still takes place and is still permanent. So that's kind of nice to know. So for example, there's a couple of cards that your lands can become creatures, and Deadpool can copy them, and it'll stay as that theme permanently. All right, so let's just kind of go over some more scenarios. If Deadpool swaps with a creature that has an enters the battlefield trigger, will Deadpool trigger when it enters? And the answer is yes. Deadpool swaps the text before it actually enters, so it will enter with the relevant ability. So you might be asking, what if Deadpool swap text boxes with a creature that refers to itself by name? The game doesn't actually care what name the card is when an object refers to itself by name. It just really means this object, so it wouldn't impact anything. So let's talk about auras and equipments. So does Deadpool swap those as well? Nope. Unless there's, like I said, a few niche situations. Deadpool gets only what's printed on the card, nothing that was added to it. So it's like your equipments and auras. So it's just the creature. What about mutate? And let's just do a quick search. Mutate MTG. Mutate is a keyword ability that is referred to or featured in this set. It allows 2 or more permanents to merge. So going back to this, Deadpool will only have the combined text box of the entire merged permanent, and the entire merged permanent will only have Deadpool's text. So if it's merged, it will have those merged creatures' text boxes. That's what Deadpool will have. So I'm only going over a couple of scenarios, and like I said, on the surface level it doesn't seem like much, but in reality there's a lot of stuff that can go over into this guy right here. So let's talk about clone. So if the Deadpool is swapping with a copy of something, Deadpool will have the text of whatever it was copying. If the clone was a non-copy, like a Sakashima that isn't copying anything, then Deadpool will have the text printed on Sakashima, which means it will only be able to enter as a copy of something else. Alright. So let's bring this guy up. Just so you guys kind of see exactly what this is referring to. So, Tarmogoyf. Tarmogoyf's power is equal to the number of cards types among cards in all graveyards, and its toughness is equal to that number plus 1. So that's what that card does. And what if Deadpool swaps with something like that? Deadpool will have the ability that defines its power and toughness accordingly. The other creature will no longer have an ability defining its power and toughness. For some cards like that, it means it will be a 0-1 as the default toughness is 1. For other creatures like Old Stick Fingers will be a 0-0, which means it will go to graveyard as a state best action. And that's because this guy right here has a 1 health. So if you blink Deadpool, what happens? Will he get the swap text boxes with different creatures? And the answer is yes. Deadpool becomes new object with no memory of how it existed previously, so it enters fresh and can swap text boxes with another creature as normal. So what if Deadpool swaps text with another creature that is also a replacement effect as it enters, like this card right here? So let's take a look at that quickly. And going over back to this is what if Deadpool swaps text with another creature that also has a replacement effect as it enters. Deadpool will have the text of that card, so the replacement effect will apply as well, meaning it'll just kind of go through as normal. So as we've seen here, Deadpool is a very unique card, and in the Commander format, he's definitely going to be riling some people up. He's going to be making a lot of groups mad, but also a lot of laughs too, because that's just what Deadpool is. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, follow me on X. I am over here at Digin Tutor. So I look forward to you guys subscribing and for following me for more MTG and Commander content. Thank you guys. You take it easy. Bye.